few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out in Power Field at Mile High in Denver. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And the Mile High air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Austin Eckler, who's a Colorado native. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Herbert on 3rd down now. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Herbert, he'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Play action. It's Herbert. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now it's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game. Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, but now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Justin Herbert scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Chargers are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. On 2nd and 9, Jones. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okuewu now. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Room here to run. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Four yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Now Jones. This is Hamler on the crossing route. He's got it. And the Broncos are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Williams. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Williams again. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one out. McManus's point after is good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. The Charger drive about to get going. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. And the tight end Ebron in motion. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once more, here's Eckler. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage, who took away the easy throwing lanes and forced a high throw.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Herbert now. That is caught. It's Williams. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And oh, it's blocked. And the Broncos have it. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 40. The 20. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 58 yards rushing for him now. What was his 10th carry of the ball game? Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they run a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result. This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
A few moving pieces on that play, because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. This pass caught by Hamler. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point from McManus is good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
And he finds his target, Ebron.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits. Not easily done.
Well, we saw a product of the elements right there. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Throwing Jones. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point, the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach, said, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Off play action. Jones. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Nasir Adderley that time making the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. He's got Hamler on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Williams. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On third down, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal.
Jones keeping it on the sneak. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Broncos have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Now McManus for the extra point. And that one gives them a 4-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other. Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Flush to his right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Broncos take over. First down and 10. They begin the drive with Williams.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked all really well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Slot man moves right. They run. It's Williams. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They run it again with Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams sending his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. McManus's point after is good. His guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
It was Sebastian Joseph who got him down defensively. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. Just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy.
A 20-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a first. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control. And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear three? Remember, if it's 2 in a row, we'll be hit 3 in a row because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. His throw incomplete. And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now? Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Feet in, first down. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side. Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away. Up the middle, it's Williams. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Jones. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. On first down, it's Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball. Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula. Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He finds his target, Allen. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Herbert. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 139 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. That's going to be caught by Judy. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here we go with Williams. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're on a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They go back to the ground with Williams.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. The Broncos going